Your hair bad.
What's up, primates? I'm Shane the Skeptic, and as always, I thank you for tuning into my channel to watch my content. Of course, I gotta say, and I've already been beat to it over here. Happy 420, everybody. Let's do a quick cheers to the holiday for all you devil's lettuce burning heathens out there. For non-believers shall surely be stoned. And the Lord said, Amen. And by the Lord I meant myself, for God is not real, but I am. I should read like that. I should speak like that publicly with a speaker. Yeah. Actually, a friend of mine, Raymond, he told me what I should do is I should call myself well, I came up with the term, but it was his idea, but I get the credit for the term. I'm gonna be the Nietzsche preacher. I'm gonna stand there like one of those crazy, Bible thumpers that screams out. It, every city has them. You'll see them down at the Capitol. Oh, God hates fag. You're gonna go to hell or whatever, right? I'm gonna just stand there, and the people who like stand there and read Bible verses, I'm gonna stand there and read Friedrich Nietzsche. Just gonna stand there and read Beyond Good and Evil and the Antichrist. And yeah, just read all of my favorite Nietzsche quotes in my Nietzsche books while just do it with the same energy that a preacher does. People go, what's that guy saying? It's not the Bible. No, it's not the Bible. It's Friedrich fucking Nietzsche. So anyway, it's been a minute since I streamed, so I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to see that starting the stream off, I already got people here. As always, I know I already thank people for tuning in, but thank you to everybody for tuning in, and thanks in advance to everybody who tunes in later after the fact because you're not here live today. So let's see. I've got a lot going on lately. Good and bad. I think more good. So I'm going to Colombia in 3 days. Yep. Going there in 3 days. I'm gonna be in Colombia for 2 weeks. Entonces ahora estoy muy emocionado por eso, and I'm gonna have a really good time. So everybody look forward to some Colombian vlogs coming out really soon. What else has been going on? Well, I have been formally accused by my neighbors of running a prostitution ring in my apartment. Yep, my neighbors reported that I have a woman living in my apartment with me, and that we're running a prostitution ring together, and that there's all this traffic coming in and out of my house all night. And it's interesting that it's the nighttime that all this activity allegedly goes on in my house because I work nights. I live alone with my dog. It's been about 2 years since I've had a woman in my apartment. Okay, I'm not Mr. Has all the fucking ladies. All right, I'm like, I live by myself. I barely ever hang out with any friends. Like I'm a mostly introverted autistic guy that smokes weed and goes to work and reads and fucking does YouTube shit. Like I'm not exactly throwing parties over here. This would be a terrible setting for a party. There's literally a living room and then my room and then a bathroom and then there's a small ass kitchen. Like this is not the place for a party, right? So the first day I had all this anxiety because well, Imagine if you were being accused of running a fucking prostitution ring, and I was gonna have to talk to the property manager of the place that I live at. But then here's the other twist: my mom actually works for the company that my apartment complex is. She doesn't work at this complex anymore, but she used to. So same company, but so my mom has to hear from her boss that her son is allegedly running a prostitution ring. So this is personal. My neighbors didn't just this ain't just your average Karen move. You know what I mean? Like this is some real shit. There's consequences when you want to make accusations against people. There's consequences to accusations. And fortunately for me, the leasing manager and all of my neighbor, like people know me, and it's just kind of like I've been in this apartment since let's see, like 2017, I think. Yeah, like 2017. I've been in this apartment for all these years. None of my other neighbors have any complaints about me. You know, anybody that knows me, knows me from the dog park, and we get along or whatever. But all of a sudden, it's like, oh, he's running a prostitution ring. Nah, it doesn't check out. And they even said, they're like, every time I see you're by yourself, and I see you get home from work, and it's just like, so they ended up telling them, if this is happening, get evidence. Because I'm like, yeah, it's just because my whole thing is, if this was happening, right, you could record like the audio, right? If it's so loud, it's keeping you up at night, then you could record whatever's happening, and you could then report it with evidence, right? I ain't gonna have no evidence because that shit ain't happening, And then part of me is like disappointed in myself for being less interesting than people's accusations of me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just kind of made me think, like, like, not that I should be running a prostitution ring, but like my real life is so boring compared to that, Like, maybe I should get in on some crime. I should be a meth cook, get on some Breaking Bad shit. See, it's stupid for me to joke about that on air. It is, but it's because I'm fucking joking, because I don't have any fucking, I ain't getting into that kind of shit, Oh man. So in other news, I don't have my fucking phone right now. And it's my fault, because I had a drunk night out, went down 6th Street, because I do that. I go out bar hopping and whatnot sometimes. And I go out downtown. Yeah, Ubered back. Again, I left my fucking phone in my Uber. But it's been over 48 hours since the trip. And my Uber driver, I've finally got him to email me. Been trying to contact, hasn't fucking got a hold of me up until yesterday. And yeah, so I'm trying to get that back. So that's just been a stressful fucking move. And yeah, so everybody, that's a little bit of the personal life. But I had something that I wanted to talk about today on this stream. I guess I started it off chill. It's 420, take it easy kind of thing. But I watched this earlier, and before I was gonna speak on it as a preface, but I actually just want to like show people this before I make any commentary, because I feel like that would be the better idea, is to let you see what I'm looking at and then see where I'm coming from before I speak on it, right? So, okay, I wanted to show you guys this, because I actually hadn't heard of this incident up until today. I don't know how popular it got, but like I just heard of it I keep saying 8 or 9 months ago. So I want you guys to see what took place here. Oh wait, is this the I'm sorry, that's
Hundreds.
okay, this is what I wanted to watch. Okay. The demonstration held for this guy Andrew Tigley Sundberg. I don't know if comment right now, anybody, if you've heard of Andrew Tigley Sundberg. Sundberg. Or I don't see how it's pronounced, but yeah, anyone would play this clip.
Gather seeking answers after a Minneapolis man was shot and killed by police following a 6-hour standoff this week. Andrew Tigley Sundberg's family, friends, and members of the community are calling for transparency about what happened. As Devon Raming reports, there's also one resident who lived in the building with Sundberg who wants her concerns heard as well.
We're just here to respect life, demand justice.
This is not okay!
What started as an afternoon rally with demands for justice and calls for the body cam footage to be released in the police shooting death of Andrew Tekle Sundberg quickly boiled over into anger and frustration when 24-year-old Arabella Yarbrough showed up.
If I would have died, would he be a bad guy then? For 3 years I lived here, and none of you guys knocked on that man's door to see if he was okay. Not at all. He played loud music every day to cope with his mindset.
Yarbrough says she's the woman who initially called police stating Tekle was shooting into her apartment with her 2 kids inside Wednesday night. Pictures of bullet holes from inside her apartment capturing the damage.
And sorry he lost his life, but he has 6 hours to choose that. I had 2 to 5 minutes to choose life or death.
Yarbrough says she had a few run-ins with Tekle and thought their differences were settled.
When someone is stalking you, threatening you, I left it alone. I could have called the police and reported it, but then I would have put a black innocent man in jail because of mental illness, and ain't no telling what would have happened. So I left it alone.
The trauma of this event now weighing heavily on members of the community.
His family took everything that they could and did everything that they could to help him. He has so many brothers and sisters that love him.
And his parents, who say they adopted him when he was 4 years old.
She had the courage to come down here and speak her mind, and she has every right to do that.
Tekle is an imperfect human, as we're all imperfect humans, and he did not deserve to be picked off like an animal from a rooftop. He deserved to be able to address this with her.
A lot of high emotions there. Now, the BCA is leading this investigation, and they're asking for videos and pictures people may have from the night of the shooting. And Minneapolis police say they are processing hundreds of hours of body camera footage and have plans to release that footage to the family first before releasing it to the public. Chris?
Still no word, though, on why those officers shot and if he was armed or not when they shot him, correct?
That is correct. We're still waiting on that.
All right.
So, well, I heard, I think it was updated after this, that he was still shooting out of his apartment when they showed up. And he had shot this woman, or shot at this woman. Sorry. If she had called the police, he may have got the care he needed. Yeah, or maybe you're referring to the past, right, prior to the incident. Because in this incident, she did call the police. And see, the thing is that I end up seeing, the other videos of the protest, which I could bring up, but you could see different videos of this protest, different news stories, and see, because if you get different narrations of the story, you can start seeing, what are the facts that the different ones have in common. Because obviously, you want to check any media for bias or anything like that, right? But I'm looking at there's this incident where this guy was literally shooting at a woman while her 6-year-old was in the house with her, right? And he ends up getting killed doing so. And people are acting like this is like a George Floyd incident. And obviously, I support protests where people are protesting instances of police brutality and racial injustice, such as in the case of George Floyd and so many others, right? But I refuse to be part of a group that attacks this mother and praises and defends this guy. Again, this is a guy who was shooting at a woman while her 6-year-old was in the house with her. And between her and him, people are attacking her and defending him. And I saw this today and I just thought, this is insane. And where is everybody at with me on this? Like, are I don't know, are other people with me on this within reason to say that this is not an example of police doing the wrong thing? Police do the wrong thing all the time. And we should protest police when they do the wrong thing. But this kind of shows that people are willing to show up and express outrage and protest without having any awareness of the facts in question. And I can only, like, I just can't imagine going through being attacked this way and then everybody in the protest attacking you and being and defending the person who shot at you while your kid was in the house. So yeah, other people, like, I don't know, look into this and tell me what you think. But my position on this, I've kind of changed to, like, I think as a movement, I don't want to say I support Black Lives Matter. Specific protests, I could support Black Lives Matter protests in specific instances in which I have awareness of the facts and have made judgments and can be aware on that basis whether it's an instance of racial injustice being protested. But again, I cannot be a part of a group of people that if a guy is going to attack a mother while her kid's in the house and then gets shot by police for doing so, is going to defend him because of his skin color. Because that's ultimately judging people not for who they are, or for their character, or for their actions, but just for their skin color. And that's something that I'm opposed to in any scenario. Again, judging somebody by their skin color. And if somebody has a problem with that I won't judge by skin color, then I'm just going to disregard that. You know what I mean? That's kind of where I stand with that. And I'm not getting anything in the live chats. I'm wondering, can, let's get, people are viewing. So I don't know, what do other people think about this incident or my commentary? Maybe I just need to move on. Maybe this is something people want to learn more about before they make any commentary on. And that I would never hold against somebody, right? If you want to just learn more facts, learn more information. There we go. Something. We got some commentary. There we go. All right. I'll just make do with that commentary. But I do want to have conversations about this kind of thing. About people mindlessly supporting things, about like the number of people who showed up to support something, not knowing any of the facts. Like, I mean, I just stand for not finding out what the facts are before taking a position on something. And that's like, I can't imagine somebody justifying saying that that's unreasonable. But if they have a problem with that, what they have a problem with is skepticism. And if they have a problem with skepticism, I can't really help them with respect to their opinion about me. There we go. There's nuance to every case. Shane. Yeah, there's nuance to every case. Yeah. So that's what I think. Yeah. So I just think it's like, when people protest something, I'm gonna remain skeptical and get awareness of the facts before I take a position on or protest it myself. So I don't know. And that's something that I would encourage people to do in every case, because I don't know. And again, when I hear the police shoot somebody, I don't know. Let me see. I started reading a comment and then I'm also high, so I forgot what I was saying. BLM was a slow movement that got a lot of steam a few years ago. I think they want to stay relevant. No, I don't know. It's hard for me to really comment on that. I don't think I agree with that though. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, what's going on, Nitty? Were you here to see what the conversation topic was about recently? Because you're somebody that I'd like to get, I don't know, commentary or conversation from on this. Everybody, if you're not subscribed to Nitty, I fucks with Nitty. Go subscribe to Nitty. Thou shalt subscribe to those who I fuck with, and I fuck with Nitty. Therefore, thou shalt subscribe to Nitty. Okay, so I'm gonna be real quick with it, Nitty. I'm just gonna give a summary of what I said because shit, if you want to, you know what? And this isn't just to Nitty. I'm gonna do this for everybody. Turn this into an open mic. I'm gonna put the StreamYard link All right, cool. There's a link to StreamYard. If anybody wants to hop in. We chill for a minute. So what had happened was there was an instance in which this guy, Andrew Techley or Teakley, I'm hearing it pronounced differently, Andrew Teakley Sundberg, was shooting at this woman while she was in an apartment with her 6-year-old child, right? And the police shot this guy. And people are protesting this incident as an instance of racial injustice because he was shot by police. And I think if and then I'm watching at the protest when the mother showed up, obviously she's kind of outraged that people are protesting what happened because she's getting shot at with her kid in the house, right? And the protesters are attacking the mother and defending the guy who was shooting at her on the basis of skin color. And it's because it's a BLM protest, and people didn't have awareness of the facts before they started protesting it. And my position became that I can support specific BLM protests in which I have awareness of the facts and can make judgments on the basis of those facts. But I just can't support the movement as a whole because of this kind of thing. And then see, this person said, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Is it Iseni? I don't want to get it wrong. Iseni Norfolk. I don't know if you would pronounce it that way or differently. If she had called the police earlier, he might be in jail, but also alive. She let it escalate. Yeah, I don't know that I would say I blame somebody for letting it escalate. Well, yeah, but also like I understand. Yeah, well, people don't want to be snitches, right? And also, if somebody doesn't need to be in jail, if somebody just has mental health issues, depending on what they are, like jail can just make them worse, and then that's going to be temporary, and then they'll be released. So, in a lot of instances, if somebody has mental illness, the reality is, I'm just going to say it, by sending somebody to jail, you could simply send them to a place where they're detained for 3 to 6 months and get raped or beaten or both, and go through all sorts of abuse, and then get out and maybe even start doing drugs, because some people who don't do drugs before they go to jail or prison start doing drugs in jail or prison because they're very available, and then that person gets released. You know what I mean? So like I could understand not wanting to send somebody to jail. Okay, he says, I have a sensitivity language meeting to derp around in, otherwise I join. But he says, I'm completely with you. No BLM protest support until the facts are released. Okay, so yeah, that's all that's where I'm at with it. Because the reality is people, because there are valid instances and genuine instances of racial injustice that occur, people are ready to think that an instance is one in any and all cases. But the reality is there are cases in which people end up attacking victims. And I'm not for attacking victims, which is what ended up happening in this case. This woman, she was saying, she was talking about what happened, and one of the protesters yelled at her, "You're alive." And I thought, yeah, she's alive because the police shot this guy. I mean, I'm all for criticizing police. I do it all the time. I'm not normally the guy that comes to the defense of police, but you gotta be realistic. They can't just be wrong every single time. Because if you're going to say that they're wrong every single time, it's kind of like crying wolf. You invalidate yourself and you make yourself less capable of being taken seriously when you protest instances in which that's actually happening. But if you could actually be able to say honestly when a case is or isn't, then people could recognize that you're willing to be honest and objective and look at things as the way that they actually are, which is what I think we should all try to do. And if anybody, could hold something against me for that, then, I got nothing to say to you for that. And it's 420, so I'm gonna hit this shit again. You know what I'm saying? All right, all right. Hey, what's going on? Look at the trees. Look at the trees. Happy 420. Yeah, no, I don't know. Today I talked about all kinds of things, as I do on this channel. But I'm going to Colombia soon, everybody. So I'm gonna, look out for some Colombian vlogs pretty soon. Yeah, I don't even have, no tengo palabras por eso, porque realmente estoy demasiado emocionado por eso, por palabras, sí. All right, all right. Well, I'm gonna wrap this stream up, everybody. As always, I thank you for tuning into my channel and watching my content. I wish nothing but health and happiness for you and everybody that you love. Stay safe.